love me. I love me enough for the both of us. That's why you trust me.
Filming is not easy. So at first I filmed a get ready with me video where I was just like doing like a makeup and like a chit chat about how I'm dealing with this pandemic and stuff like that. So then I realized that like halfway through, oh my gosh, like, so basically with my camera you can only film like 10 minutes at a time, and I realized that it stopped recording after 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably put in a clip of what I looked like when I found out that it wasn't recording. But and then I recorded it again, and then I forgot to plug in my mic. So guys, anyways, I'm not gonna let this like throw me off. So it's not even funny. But anyway, so what I wanted to say is that obviously like, I'm currently working from home. I'm a digital media exec, so I have the luxury of working from home, and I'm not gonna lie, this really took us all by surprise. Like I was just living my life, making all of my plans, you know, for 2020, and 2020 was like, who do you think you are, sis? I got my own plans, I made my own plans. And but yeah, really humbled me. But yeah, and it's been okay. I'd say it's been okay. I feel like I'm somebody, I usually can adapt quite easily to my surroundings. It can be a positive thing and a negative thing. It's positive because I usually am able to adapt to change fairly well, but at the same time I'm actually also a creature of habit, if you know what I mean. But if push comes to shove, or shove comes to push, if push comes to shove, I adapt really well to change. And the negative aspect of that can also be the fact that sometimes you just can just become complacent in situations that you should not be comfortable in. So yeah, so it's not been too bad. I think it is interesting that yeah, I do feel like sometimes I miss the change of scenery, because I sleep here, I eat here, I chill here, I film here, I work out here in this my room. So yeah, I mean, I do go downstairs occasionally and stuff like that, but I have a flatmate, so obviously I'm not trying to like take over the living room at all times, but I do go downstairs sometimes. I'll probably go downstairs tomorrow because I've been in my room for way too long now. Yeah, so as I was saying before, in the beginning I was having some symptoms and I completely panicked, and I just did the most. Like I just got Lemsip, cough syrup, you know, those cough tablets and cough sweets or whatever you call it, and I was just doing the most, and I feel like I was having like side effects of that as well that made it worse, and I was just like scared. And I called the paramedics, and I remember he came, he was like, babes, he checked my temperature, I didn't even have a temperature, and he was like, listen, you're fine, like just don't watch the news and you know, you'll be fine. And I remember the next day, I remember that the Bible was like said that like laughter is medicine, so I put on like Mo the Comedian, like his comedy skit that he has on Netflix, and I was just laughing, and that really helped. And yeah, and I feel like I was just like literally living my life, and I felt better. But then later on I felt, you know, I just felt like a little bit like I wasn't feeling that, but then a few days later I felt like I was coming up with something. But then I think it was just, I was just doing the most with the ginger and lemon and vitamin C and all of that. And I remember like I was talking to God and crying out to him, and he said to me to not drink lemon and ginger for 3 days, and literally just listening to that has helped me so much. I feel so much better, and I was even able to work out today. Glory be to the Most High, because I haven't been able to work out as much since we've been home. Yeah, and I think, you know, the media's doing a lot of fear mongering and just, you know, spreading fear. And it's weird because when you're anxious and fearful and stressed, it actually lowers your immune system anyways. And like in this season is when you need your immune system to be strong. Or research in terms of like what medications do they take, what remedies do they do, what helped them, even like research their DNA and their blood sugar levels, their, I don't know, white and red blood cells, if there's any sort of correlation with those things and the fact that they were able to recover so quickly. I am not a, like literally I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just literally speaking from my own kind of common sense. And yeah, because like when I called them and stuff like that, I would have expected for them to maybe do some sort of a follow-up, just so that they can like have everything on file in terms of like how people are doing, how they're recovering, but nothing like that. And I just feel like all we're getting is like all this like negative news. It just keeps talking about like all the people that are dying, and we're not really getting to hear much about people who are recovering. And I think I'll just encourage anybody, like, don't let the fear creep into your heart. Be hopeful, stay positive, talk to your family members, talk to your friends. If you're struggling, speak up. This is like the kind of times that we're in, and the fact that we're in self-isolation. This is a time where if you haven't trained your mind, like your thoughts can get the best of you, and it's like right now you're literally left alone with your thoughts, and it just makes it difficult for you're just left alone with your thoughts. And so it's just very important to let people in to it, whatever it is that you're experiencing, just so that they can help you come out of your funk. So if you're having a difficult season or difficult few days, speak up, don't keep it to yourself. And I feel like this is also the time where if you have any sort of like if you haven't learned to love or even like yourself, it can be very difficult to just be in your own company 24/7. And this is the time where you can tackle that, where you can literally like self-reflect, self-analyze, and be like, what, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Why do I not like myself? Why am I having such a hard time with this? Why do I feel like I need to have people around me at all times? Why do I feel like I need to constantly watch something and not be left alone with my thoughts? But why do I feel like my thoughts are more in control of me than I am in control of them? So yeah, this is like the time where you can reflect, journal, tackle everything that maybe you've been spending years avoiding. It's also important sometimes to have an outlet where you get to talk, where you get to speak up, where you get to address things. And that's literally self-love. Allowing yourself to have a voice is self-love. And I think this is the time where you can practice it. If it is that a blog that you want to start, if even me like doing my YouTube channel and stuff like that, it's just consuming my YouTube channel, it's just a way of me saying, what, I have a voice and I want to use it. And this is a time where if you had any dreams or goals that you've kind of abandoned in the past, you stopped working on, this is the time to pick it back up. This is the time to reconcile relationships of family members, and to deal with any unforgiveness in your heart and grudges, because all negativity costs you so much energy. I'm telling you, I feel like being negative is so detrimental to your health and your immune system. The days when I'm mad at someone, where I'm holding on to a grudge, or harboring unforgiveness, or I'm telling you, those are the days I feel just so run down. I don't feel like my normal upbeat self. So literally, the internal things that we don't deal with have a physical effect on us. So this is the time where you can just be like, I'm done with that. Ask yourself, who do you want to be post self-isolation? Who do you want to be? What does that require of you? This is the time where you can seek God more. That's what I've been doing. It's really been helping me, really been helping me. It's almost like a reset button on my faith journey. This has been, and I couldn't be happier. And I think there's times where before this where I just felt so run down. I felt like I just kept going, and I just was like, oh my gosh, when when am I gonna get rest? Like, as you get me, because I'm just like, it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, and I was like, when am I gonna get rest? And I really feel like this has been my season of rest. This has been my season of rest and recuperating. And yeah, I can only imagine what God has in store for me on that other side of this. And to me, it means that I needed this time to almost like regain my energy. Yeah, I feel like the community I'm in, I'm doing a lot of like Bible studies with my friends. I'm doing a lot of like the team I'm leading on in church. We're in constant communication. So that has literally helped me just stay like upbeat and positive, and it doesn't even give me a time to sit there and dwell in negativity, and I'm really thankful for that. And yeah, this might have taken us by surprise, but I know it didn't take God by surprise, and I know he will use it. And I'm not trying to downplay it. I know this is really affecting people financially, physically, mentally. People are losing their loved ones, and my heart goes out to them, and I pray that God comforts them. And you know, and I know that there's a light at the end of this tunnel, and I know that right now we can't see it. We don't know when this is going to be over, but I believe with all my heart that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. And yeah, it's just so important for us not to lose hope, not to lose faith, and to keep believing that there is a tomorrow after this, and it will be beautiful. It might not be, it will never go back to how things were, but it doesn't mean that it can not also be beautiful. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna love and leave you guys. I'm so hungry. I need food. Yeah, I know this was really random, but I need food. I'm so hungry, guys. So I'm just gonna love and leave you here. But yeah, yeah, look forward to my next video, guys. Bye.